We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on April 18th. We've got most of the teams playing today in the MLB, with it being a Friday. I believe every team actually is playing today, and we've got our 5 best bets for this entire slate. And before we get into the best bets, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we will have our NBA play-in tournament predictions and best bets with the 2 games today with the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks, and the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Go check that video out in a couple hours here on the channel. And also linked in the description down below our PFL 3 predictions. That card is later today in Orlando, Florida. Impa Kasanganai and Fabian Edwards in the main event in the middleweight division. Make sure to go check that out on Greedo Plays MMA. Again, linked in the description down below. And go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA while you're at it. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers over there, so go help us out. And also subscribe to this channel too. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today in the world of Major League Baseball. We start things off with the early game today. It's a spot that I like. We're going to take advantage of the 11:20 a.m. start time, at least on the West Coast. The Arizona Diamondbacks take on the Chicago Cubs. Give me the Snakes at Wrigley. Pitching matchup, I think, favors the Diamondbacks in this game. It's Corbin Burnes versus Colin Rie. That means it's a bullpen game for Chicago. Colin has not gone more than 3 innings all year long. Yeah, it's a bullpen game for the Cubs. That's fine. Honestly, again, we don't really care about the rest of the series, how maybe we will take the Diamondbacks down the stretch here on Saturday and Sunday. But if anything, this is going to tell us, okay, it's a good start for the Diamondbacks in the series. They're going to get to this Cubs bullpen right away, and they're going to try to make a lasting impression on the series, obviously, by getting to this bullpen and really blowing them up. Corbin Burnes is so due for a good start. He just is. You might look at Corbin Burnes from a glance and say, oh, 5.28 ERA, whip of 1.57. He's been unimpressive this year. I completely understand that. He's due for a good start. I'd say that his last start was by far his best start. He starts the season in the Bronx against the Yankees. Doesn't pitch all that well, goes 4 1/3, gives up 4 runs. That was at the peak of the Yankees torpedo bat nonsense, at least when people thought the torpedo bats were going to make them the greatest hitting team of all time. Then Burnes goes to the nation's capital, to D.C. to take on the Nationals, goes 5 innings, gives up 7 hits, and allows 4 runs and 4 walks of the Nats, which is bad, but we're going to talk about the Nationals later today. I have a lot to say, like I always do. And then anyways, Burnes' last start on Saturday against the Milwaukee Brewers, a really good start, I think. I mean, I wouldn't say really good, but a decent start. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks. That's better stuff out of Corbin Burnes, 100%. And you get the Cubs today, who are going bullpen day. This is a team that just lost 2 of 3 in San Diego. Yes, they returned home, but guys, the Snakes are on fire right now. 5 straight victories after winning the last 2 games in that Brewers series. They sweep the Marlins in Miami, a scrappy bunch over there with the Fish. And the Snakes, again, with 5 straight victories, trying to make it 6. And my goodness, this lineup right now, smacking the label off of the baseball. Hell, they got out hit 13-5 yesterday, yet they still won 6-4. Now, we had a bad day all around yesterday. Shout out to Bobby Witt getting things done for us with total bases, smacking a double. Other than that, it was a bad day yesterday, and Diamondbacks and Marlins wasn't included in that. We had the nerf the other day with this game, but regardless, the Diamondbacks, man, Corbin Carroll, he's been playing, lights out this season. Carroll batting .321. The guy's been on fire. Josh Naylor's hit a home run, 3 straight games now. Perdomo's batting .317. Pavin Smith is batting in the 400s. Alex Thomas batting high 2.8s. This is a good baseball team, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they have some of the best bats in the entire league. I know they're, again, playing a day game here at Wrigley. It's, they left Miami at 7 o'clock yesterday. They should be fine. It's not that short of a turnaround. And I think they're a better team than Chicago. The Cubs really struggled to score in San Diego. And sure, they had a very tough road trip right in California against the Dodgers and then San Diego. And they held their own for the most part. I believe the Cubs are still in first place of the National League Central as things stand right now. But I just don't think they can match this output out the Diamondbacks tonight. Again, the way the D-backs bats have been swinging it, compared to the Cubs, who struggled against the Padres. I understand there's some good pitchers for San Diego that they face. But I mean, Kyle Tucker's been playing really well. Seiya Suzuki's been hitting the ball very, very well. Pete Crow Armstrong, man, I feel like every game I watch of Chicago, PCA is going yard. The guy's an absolute monster in center field for Chicago. Carson Kelly's having a great season as well, dating back to his cycle in Sacramento against the Athletics. But I like the Diamondbacks here. I think the lineup's been able to produce, in groves in terms of their last couple of performances, especially in that series against Miami. And you get Corbin Burnes in the mount, right? Corbin Burnes won't continue to just be mediocre, right? This guy is still a very good pitcher in the league, right? The ERA shows 5.28. This is one of those games, though, where that gets lowered by a lot. I expect Corbin Burnes to be big for the Diamondbacks tonight, and I expect him to propel them to victory, kind of like what he did in his last start against the Milwaukee Brewers. That was a close game, but right, the D-backs ended up winning that one. They're on the road. I'm fine with it. I think Arizona is going to get out to a lead early and not give it back, and really set the tone for this entire series against Chicago by getting to the bullpen early in a game where, again, they are given it to go to their bullpen, with it being a bullpen game. Anyways, we're going with the Diamondbacks to win. I like the money line for this one. D-backs minus 125 feels like great value on the road here in Chicago at Wrigley Field. Our second best bet of the day is our best player prop of the day. Same exact player prop as yesterday, but just with a different player. We had Bobby Witt Jr. yesterday against the Tigers. He hit. Today we're going Trey Turner. Over on total bases, it's 1.5. There's a couple players I was deciding to do this with. Right? When you get division games like this between the Marlins and the Phillies, these are two teams that squared off in the playoffs a couple seasons ago, you're going to get a lot of similar matchups and a huge sample size between star players. Obviously, Miami's starting pitcher tonight, Sandy Alcantara, one of the best pitchers in the game over the last 5 years, is probably nearing the end of his Miami Marlins career before ultimately probably being traded this year. But that means we get a large sample size with some guys. And the three names that really stuck out for me today in terms of making this best player prop bet was Trey Turner, Alec Bohm, and Bryce Harper. All three of those guys bat well over 300 against Sandy Alcantara. They all can take him yard and also hit for extra bases against Alcantara. My favorite play, though, is Trey Turner. Trey Turner is going to get the most at-bats out of those three guys. And for as much as I like Bryce Harper, and I think he's got more than the possibilities of taking Alcantara deep in this game or getting multiple bases, I trust Trey Turner more than Bryce Harper in this spot. Bryce Harper went yard 2 out of the 3 games against the Giants. We'll see how he performs in this series against the Marlins. I feel like Trey Turner is going to perform, though. Again, Turner is the fastest guy on the field. He puts one in the gap. Easy, we win our bet, right? Trey Turner batting in the 2 spot right now. I understand Trey is batting 227, but he's facing Sandy Alcantara, a guy who he's got a 361 average against. He's been able to hit Alcantara very well. He's gone extra bases against him multiple times, whether it be the long ball or the double. Again, Trey Turner is 13 for 36 career against Alcantara. That's a pretty good sample size. I'm going to take that. Right, they're batting, I think they're probably going to continue to bat Turner behind Bryson Stott in the lineup. Stott's had a very good start to the season. The Phillies have readjusted their lineup, right? In previous years, they've gone Schwarber, Turner, Harper, then Bohm and Castellanos. Now they're going Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos. Bohm is just, in the weeds right now. He's batting 8th, batting 173. And I did think about going with Bohm here because of the double potential, because, again, he's not batting that well this season, but because he's got a 350 career average against Alcantara. But then I realized, again, he's batting in the 8th spot. You're not going to see as many opportunities with Bohm in this game as you are going to do like a guy with Turner and Harper. And I like Turner more in this spot just because of the potential to, again, put a ball in the gap, an easy double, or, again, a close ball in the gap. Trey Turner should be able to leg out. Or 2 base knocks from Trey Turner is also going to cash us as well, right? Turner got a hit yesterday against the San Francisco Giants. Again, I think Bryce Harper is a very playable bet as well. I personally just like Turner more. We're guaranteed more at-bats with Turner than we are Harper, albeit by 1 spot in the order, but still that can make all the difference. And I think Trey Turner's speed is going to take us a long way in this as well. And Turner, kind of similar to Corbin Burnes, right? I mean, Trey Turner batting 227 to start the year. We know he's not going to continue to stay at that. He is due for a turnaround at some point, and what better spot than right here against a guy in Sandy Alcantara who he has seen over 40 times in his career if you include the walks. So I expect Trey Turner to get us these 2 bases over 1.5. The odds for this, it's in the plus, man. It's plus 100. We had the same line yesterday for Bobby Witt Jr., who I understand is the best shortstop in the MLB, who's one of the best overall players in the MLB, but he easily cashed for us in his second at-bat. He hit a double. I think Trey Turner can easily do this in his first debut as well. Another line I didn't mind today, but the odds weren't as good and it's just more work, would be Trey Turner to get a hit, Bryce Harper to get a hit, and Alec Boehm to get a hit. That combined, that parlay is going to get you minus 120. Personally, I'm willing to just risk it on saying, okay, Trey Turner is going to get multiple bases in this game and get better odds for it. But if you do want to go that 3-leg with Boehm, Harper, and Turner, I don't mind it. The one that does scare me is Alec Boehm, even though, yes, he's been great career-wise against Alcantara. He's batting in the 8th spot, and he's batting 170 this season. I am going to trust the stars in Trey Turner and Bryce Harper, but obviously specific for this play, we're going with the shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm going Trey Turner over 1.5 total bases at plus 100 today against Sandy Alcantara and the Miami Marlins. We move on now to our third best bet of the day, and we go to another money line. We're going with the Texas Rangers at home against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yes, I am fading the Dodgers, and I'm fading Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who I understand right now is pitching like one of the best pitchers in the MLB. I completely understand that. We're fading today. I think it's a great opportunity for the Rangers here. This is a team who just swept the Los Angeles Angels. They're building momentum in the American League right now. They have the best record in the American League right now at 12-7. Yes, that is the best record in the American League, 12-7. But this team is building momentum right now. Jacob deGrom, similar to Corbin Burns, will not continue to pitch this badly. Jacob deGrom's coming off a game where he pitched 4 innings against those lowly Seattle Mariners, who actually looked really good yesterday. I'm not going to lie. They almost blew a lead. TJ Friedl hit a grand slam. Was it Friedl or Fraley? I think it was Friedl. Regardless, they gave up a grand slam, but, Rosarena and Cal Raleigh with back-to-back home runs. Regardless, Jacob deGrom gives up 3 runs in 4 innings and 2 home runs to the Mariners. That's not going to cut it. And the start before that, 4 runs on 8 hits against the Tampa Bay Rays. I think we're going to get a better performance out of deGrom, right? When the lights are shining the brightest, I think deGrom is going to come through for us against a team that he's familiar with. Now, maybe not this Dodgers order, but obviously with deGrom being a former New York Met, he's pitched against the Dodgers multiple times. He gets the Dodgers in his own environment, right? This game is at Globe Life. It's in Arlington, Texas. And I like Jacob deGrom and the Rangers in this spot. Guys, the Dodgers, we can't forget about that run that they had prior to the Rockies series where they just looked horrible. Now, they swept the Rockies like any competent team in baseball will do. I'm looking at you, Washington Nationals, over the next 3 days. Regardless, before that, guys, the Dodgers were losing games left and right. They lost 3 in a row to the Phillies and the Washington Nationals. They sneak one out in D.C. that they should have lost. They beat the Cubs in their first game of the 3-game set. They dropped the next 2, and they barely get by the Rockies in a couple games, but sure, they sweep Colorado, who's by far the worst team in baseball. I'd argue worse than the Chicago White Sox, record-wise they are, but if the Nationals don't win this series, we are going to say they're the worst team in baseball. Trust me, we'll get into that in depth in a second. Anyways, I think deGrom and the Rangers can come through. I understand Yoshinobu Yamamoto is elite. He is, right? I mean, he's looking like a Cy Young candidate this season. 1.23 ERA in the season, the whip sub-1. Yeah, Yamamoto is great. His last start against the Cubs, he goes 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. I understand that. This Rangers lineup's getting hot, though. Right? They are. They are getting hot right now. You look at a guy like Corey Seager, who's been smacking the cover off the ball, batting 300. I understand there's still some struggles with Semien and Jock Peterson. I get that. But you look at the guys down the lineup as well. I mean, Adolis Garcia. You look at a guy like Josh Young, who's having a really good year as well. Higashioka has been all right. I mean, there are guys in this lineup who have been doing okay. Hey, Dustin Harris, in the starts that he's gotten, has been good for this team as well, playing center field. Playing left field. They still got Tavares in center. Regardless, the Rangers are picking up momentum, right? They pick up a victory the other day with Patrick Corbin on the mound. I don't know if you guys saw that report. Patrick Corbin got bit by a venomous spider, and he pitched anyway. So he's just Spider-Man now. Patrick Corbin leaves the Nationals with a 6 career ERA with the club, and then he goes to Texas, and the guy literally becomes Spider-Man. Can things get any worse for the Nationals? Patrick Corbin, and make matters worse, actually, shout out to Manteca, California's own Robert Garcia, notched the save yesterday for the Rangers. He had like 1 career save with the Nats. Garcia was always cool to me in person, though, when I saw him at Nats games. And we got Nathaniel Lowe. We're all right, I guess. Anyways, the Rangers are picking up a lot of momentum right now. And I think they can get the Dodgers, a Dodgers team that I just think's overrated right now. Again, yeah, they look good against Colorado, but that's Colorado. I think the Rangers in the spot, again, It's a great spot on the money line. We get plus money at home for the Rangers, who are technically, yes, the best team in the American League right now. I'm taking the squad. I think DeGrom has a bounce-back start tonight. And I think, again, right, Corey Seager against his former team. Hell, Jock Peterson against his former team, who's batting .060 on the season. Yikes. But expect Seager to have a good night. Expect Adolis Garcia, who had a hit yesterday and a home run yesterday as well. I like this Rangers team, right? That sweep over the Angels was good, and hell, Texas is 9-1 at home this season. So I'm going with the Rangers to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers, plus 125 on the line. Sign me up for Texas. We move on to our fourth best bet of the video. We go to the Washington Nationals daily bet of the day. Okay, Nationals money line minus 130. They're not losing to the Rockies. No, they're not. No, they're not losing this game. Mackenzie Gore is in the bump. Okay, I refuse to believe Mackenzie Gore is not going to completely shut down this Rockies lineup. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Colorado had some success offensively against the Dodgers. Yeah, that's fair. This is the same team that went 32 innings without scoring a singular run. 32. Was it 31, 32? I don't know. Now, the Rockies just fired their hitting coach, something the Washington Nationals need to actually do. Take after Colorado and fire Darnell Coles. Get him out of here. Gone. Darnell Coles needs to be fired immediately. It's a joke. Davey Martinez has been reinstated from suspension after Jorge Lopez threw at McCutchen. Ball slipped out of his hands, and yet when Paul DeJong gets his face ripped off, no warning. But Lopez gets thrown out the game, doesn't even touch McCutchen. Ball slips out of his hands, it's 30 degrees. And without a warning, he gets sent out the baseball game. But of course, Davey doesn't argue it. It's it's okay. We're already on cruise control, and it's April. Mackenzie Gore's in the bump. Back-to-back rough starts. Let's just say it. No, actually, one bad start. The Dodgers start was serviceable. It was good actually. The Marlins start, it was good at the beginning. A lot of strikeouts. Had a rough, I believe it was a rough fifth inning. The Marlins scored 4 runs on them. They lose the game. Okay. Besides that start, Mackenzie's been pretty good. The Blue Jays start was kind of just but I don't really care what the Rockies have. Oh, the game's at Coors, guys. I was considering just taking the under outright today because it's cold in Colorado right now. It's like there's snow in Colorado. I think they're supposed to play this game. I checked the weather forecast a couple hours ago. This game should go on. It's going to be 30 degrees, okay? Because this game's starting at, 7 o'clock local time? Yikes. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be freezing in Colorado, okay? So ball's not going to fly. This is going to be a low-scoring game that the Nationals are just going to have to find a way to win. And I know what you're thinking. The Nationals got shut out yesterday. Yep, so I get up to watch this Nationals game. I'm like half awake, right? Half asleep, half awake when I wake up for this game at 9 o'clock, right? I wake up, I watch the first inning, goes to commercial, I kind of doze off. But I wake back up just in time for Trevor Williams to throw his second pitch of the game to O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz hits a missile into right field. It's gone, home run. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, one run, like, yeah, it's the first batter of the game, but do I really want to stay up for this? Like, should I just go back to that? I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay up and watch this thing because, I believe in the Nats. I proceed to stay up and watch this team not score a singular run the entire baseball game and lose 1-0. Because I kind of thought to myself, when Cruz hit that home run, I was like, they're probably just going to lose 1-0. And it happened. I dare you to have a bad night against the Colorado Rockies. I really do. I dare you to have a bad game against Chase Dollander. Dollander's good. I like Dollander. He's going to be a good pitcher for a long time. No. Just no. I don't expect Dollander to be that great. He's used to the cold, right? Pitched in Hartford in AA for the Yard Goats. He's dealt with the cold conditions before of Colorado. Well, again, equivalent, I would say, in Connecticut. That's not an issue. It's just Dollander's given up hits before in the majors, right? I mean, the A's hit him 7 times for 4 runs. The Padres, 3 hits, 2 home runs in 5 2/3. The Nats should be okay. Again, I dare them to have a bad night hitting against Chase Dollander. I absolutely dare you to. Dylan Cruz, if we can take anything positive away from these last couple games, I was going to take James Woods' home run as a positive. He hasn't gotten a hit since. James Woods batting .220 now. Oh my God. Keeper Ruiz's average went from 400 to 300, and Alex Call's average went from 450 to 300 as well. And Nasim Nunez went from 650 to 300. Oh, God, we suck. The one positive I will take from this is that Dylan Cruz got the average to 140 now, and you might laugh, but Dylan Cruz has put together 3 straight games with hits. He's hitting the ball so hard, and it's just not falling for him. Yesterday, he should have had 2 hits, but again, the ball is just not falling for Dylan Cruz at all. Dylan Cruz is going to finish the season batting over 240. I firmly believe that. I think Dylan Cruz is going to be fine. And I think Dylan Cruz is going to eventually get that first extra base knock. I think it's going to be today. I thought it was going to be yesterday. Yeah, Dylan Cruz easily should have been 2 for 4. Was it kind of for left field who made a great play yesterday and got Cruz out at first. DC's going to be fine. He's still going to be an all-time great Washington National. I truly believe that. Yeah, I expect Dylan Cruz to get on the board today with an extra base knock, maybe even a home run. Again, I'm a little bit concerned with the ball flying tonight, but I think that should help Mackenzie Gore, and I think the Rockies are the overall worst team. I know what you can say, oh, look at their lineup, like, oh, Toglia had a grand slam the other day against the Dodgers. I don't care. Guys, a team with Nick Martini, Zach Veen, Ryan McMahon, Kyle Farmer, Hunter Goodman, Michael Toglia, Mickey Moniak, and Amador are not winning this game, guys. It's not happening, all right? I would say if the Nationals lose, I'm going to eat my shoe tomorrow, but I don't know how that'd be physically possible. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to be very disappointed if they don't win this game, all right? Washington Nationals money line minus 130. It better happen, man. Just God. Why do I torture myself by watching the Washington Nationals every day? You know, it's like, how is Mark Lerner the 5th richest owner in the MLB? And we have one of the lowest payrolls in the entire league. You charge $18 for a beer, $12 for a hot dog at Nats Park. I mean, bought a hoodie at Nats Park last year. It was $160. You charge $100 for parking. And the best free agent you can get us was Josh Bell. You know, how teams put up the graphic at the end of the year, when they get eliminated from the playoffs, thank you, fans. What the Nationals put up every year, every day when they field this lineup and continue to employ Darnell Coles as their hitting coach is fuck you, fans. Nationals money line tonight. Our final best bet of the day is our Nerfy of the day. San Francisco Giants, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the final game of the night at 6:38 p.m. We're going with the Nerfy in this game. We're going with Logan Webb and Tyler Anderson. I think we get 6 outs. My biggest concern are 2 players, Jung-Ho Lee and Mike Trout. I've spoken a lot about Jung-Ho Lee. I think Jung-Ho Lee is a very good talent. I think this guy is going to be an all-star this year. I'm very impressed with Jung-Ho Lee. I'm not going to say otherwise. I really am. I think we can get the outs with Logan Webb, who's been very good this season. He had his last start against the Yankees, but that's the Yankees, right? Goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, 5 hits. Start before that, gets a loss against the Cincinnati Reds, but goes 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Astros start 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Logan Webb's good. Logan Webb's going to get us these outs against the Angels, right? I think I was making a point about Jung-Ho Lee. I meant to talk about Tyler Anderson. We'll get to that in a second. The Angels, right? I mean, there's Mike Trout, obviously. He's going to scare you. Trout's batting 180, but the power's obviously still there. I'm not impressed with the Angels. I watched that series against the Rangers. I'm not impressed at all. You know, I don't want to say I bought into the Angels' hype, but every commercial break on MLB TV, they're always talking about the Angels and, oh, the Halos are back. Yeah, really? So I watch a lot of this Rangers series. Kyron Paris is playing one of the best shortstops in all of baseball right now. I'm going to give that guy a lot of credit. The rest of the lineup just blows. They just do. Logan O'Hoppy's been really good. Soler's actually been surprisingly good too. But Trout's good. We know he's going to be fine, but he's not batting all that hot this season. I don't think he's going to scare us in the first. The Angels scored in the first inning yesterday. That's fine. It was a Jorge Soler single, drove in Taylor Ward. That's not going to happen in back-to-back games. And guys, Tyler Anderson's been really good for the Angels, right? Left-handed pitcher. Won't go that long into games, but in the innings that he does pitch, he's very effective, right? We'll give you 5 or 6 innings a game, ERA of 2.87. I'm okay with that, right? Giants cashed on the yes runs in the first inning yesterday. It was a Matt Chapman single. We look at the matchups that we're going to get with Tyler Anderson, right? Jung-Ho Lee in the game, right? Lefty. I like that for Tyler Anderson. You don't have to deal with a Willie Adames or a Elliot Ramos. That's okay. The only guy that really scares me with this Giants lineup, at least at the top of the order early in the game, is Jung Ho Lee and potentially a Mike Yastrzemski, but Yastrzemski's down the lineup, so it's really just Jung Ho Lee. Lefty. I'm okay with Tyler Anderson with that, guys. I really am. And then, okay, Elliot Ramos, again, good baseball player, but we're just going to need some luck here with Tyler Anderson to get us that out. I think he's going to. In Los Angeles, I think the Angels get it done, or at least I think Tyler Anderson gets this done, and I think Logan Webb gets us 3 outs as well. So that's why we're going with the Nerfy here in Anaheim, California. I'm taking Tyler Anderson and Logan Webb to go out there and get us 6 outs to start this game for the final game here of this Friday slate of baseball. So again, we're going with the Nerfy with Logan Webb and Tyler Anderson to cap off the day. And again, we got the money lines of the Texas Rangers, Washington Nationals. I didn't even say, I did say where the Nationals are going to win. Chase Dollinger's on the mound. We're going to be okay. Mackenzie Gore's pitching is probably the bigger reason. And anyways, we're going with the Diamondbacks as well. Player prop, Trey Turner over 1.5 total bases. Folks, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.